So these are the Oneodio wireless active noise canceling headphones, the A30. Now they have 26 decibels of noise canceling depth. If you look around the device, it says active noise canceling, Bluetooth version 5.0. They are foldable, they have an airplane adapter, and they're wired plus wireless hi-fi sound quality, and there are more specifications in the back. And then here's what comes in the device, which we will actually just check out as we go along. So let's open these up here and we'll pull them apart. It's a bit harder one-handed for some reason. I'm doing it one-handed. But if we do pull out these headphones, you can see it comes in a fake leather pouch. You get your charger, your 3.5, and your airplane adapter, which you even need that at this point in time anymore, although it is nice to have it included with USB-C charging. That is very nice to see on a pair of earbuds. And then we open up this and we get ourselves a manual, who cares, and then the headphones itself. Now they come folded in the box, in the box, and they're quite cushiony, I would say. At least they look like they're cushiony. They are fake leather. They have left and right indicators on either side, as you can see. And then there is over here 2 noise canceling microphones, the noise canceling switch, the power, volume up and down, USB-C, and 3.5, and the actual mic for talking. So I'm just going to get into the rest of the review. So that was the unboxing portion. Now here comes the rest of the review. Okay, so you've seen the unboxing of these headphones, and whether you've liked that unboxing or not, who cares? So we have the headphones here. Now, I have some pros and I have some cons about these headphones. So my pros are it has USB-C charging, so it doesn't use that old micro USB charging anymore. It has USB-C built right into these things, which is actually quite good because I've seen still coming with micro USB some chargers for some headphones. And with active noise canceling off, they have a decent sound. So, of course, you know active noise canceling cancels out all the noise around you. Without active noise canceling on, you can feel and hear the bass. It's not heavy, but you can still feel and hear it. The highs, they're there. They're not something to write home about, but they are there. And then you have the lows, the mids, which are there, but they're not overpowering. So you can hear all of the instruments and soundstage and all that stuff perfectly well. So there's nothing going wrong there. And bass is a thing with these. As I just said, it's not like it's heavy, but you can still hear it. So that's a plus on this end of things. So you can actually hear the bass from these types of pair of headphones. And soundstage isn't wide by any means of anything at all, but it has a decent separation if you actually need the separation of sound. So your soundstage is there, your separation of the soundstage is good. Again, I wouldn't call it something to write home about, but you can have a definite soundstage. So I was listening to Odeza's song, the one from, I don't even remember the name to these songs half the time, but the one from the Forza Horizon 4 intro. That soundstage can sound really, really good. And on these headphones, they actually sounded decent, like they were okay. Again, nothing to write home about, but it was actually good. Like I actually didn't mind the soundstage on these things. So that's something else. And it's lightweight with a light clamping. So it's made out of plastic material. Not too heavy, not too light. So it doesn't feel extremely cheap. But it's not heavy. So if I were to put these on my ears, the clamping force isn't anything special. So it doesn't like go and hurt you like crazy. It's actually tolerable. Like this is something that I would use on a daily basis if I wanted to use these headphones. Battery life lasted me as advertised 25 hours. I thought it was good. Lasted me. It was decent. No complaints there. Now going on to
the cons of these earbuds, we'll start off with the most basic part. ANC hurts the soundstage. So, as you know, I said with ANC off, soundstage is actually quite good. But with ANC on, anytime turning it on, the mids get so boosted. The ANC boosts the mids, lowers the bass by a bit, and then the highs, they're actually not there too much at all. Like, they actually get, they're more or less diminished just from what it feels. The mids, you can hear when I was listening to a vocal song, the mids, it went so heavy onto the mids that you really heard the vocals over anything else. Even worse is, the bass isn't as heavy, and everything like that too. And if then with noise canceling also, anything around you. So with the noise canceling off, I couldn't hear things around me. Noise canceling on, I could hear the birds outside. I can hear them now too, but I could hear the birds outside, and I could actually hear things. So I could hear my clicking and clacking of my keyboard when I was typing up some points over here, but I couldn't hear it when I had noise canceling off. I don't know why, but it seems like if you're in a crowded bus, train, or public transportation someplace, you're probably going to hear the noise from around you, unless you turn up the headphones a decent amount, and then you'll get some sound leakage because they're up too high. And then you'll hurt your ears because they're up too high, and then that's not recommended. So, noise canceling, yeah, that's pretty major feature of active noise canceling is something on these headphones. And if the headphones die, you cannot use an aux cable. So they have a 3.5 millimeter jack on here, right over here actually, for a 3.5 millimeter for audio out. So if your device doesn't have Bluetooth or you need low latency for gaming or something, your headphones can plug into your computer, phone, tablet, whatever the heck you want to plug your headphones into without having to use Bluetooth. The only problem is if your headphones die on you, there is no way for you to use your headphones without charging them first. So you actually have to have your headphones charged to be able to even use your headphones for any form of audio playback. And this, honestly, like, yes, it's a good feature to have a headphone jack, but if you can't use the headphone jack after the headphones die, what's the point? Like, for me, I didn't feel any latency playing games on this thing, watching YouTube. Everything felt pretty fluid, pretty fast. So there was no latency. I didn't feel like I was missing out that couple of milliseconds over another opponent in a game. And they just worked for that. But my main reason why I would use a 3.5 headphone jack, like me specifically, the reason why I would use a headphone jack on this thing is if my headphones die, I'm not going to sit there, whatever it is, headphones in, going, am I close enough to the charger? Am I close enough? Am I close enough? Is it close? No, I don't want to go ahead and fool around like that. I just want my headphones to work. So I would plug 3.5 into my phone or tablet or computer or something, and I would use them that way. But if you can't use them when they're dead, then what's the point in this connection if you can't use it for the intended purpose most people will use it for? It's quite weird that they would have done this. If the audio quality gets a bit worse, so be it. They're dead. They're not processing using the Qualcomm chip the chips that's inside of this device for all this crap that it has to do to process. Come on. And then the microphone sound is horrible. Going on a call with a friend, I was wearing these headphones because I was testing out a song, and a friend called me. So I answered it. I'm like, hello. And he started talking, and I'm just like, how do these sound? Because I wanted to know if I should take these off or not. And he's like, oh, it sounds like you have an echo, and it sounds like you're in a cave a bit farther away from the microphone. So I took these off. Now I own I know definitely not like a sound to go off of, the Sony WF-1000XM3s. So I have the microphone from that. I have the Galaxy Buds, the original ones with their microphone too. And every time my friend has called and I have used those, he has said they sounded good. The only time it was bad was when I was next to a train in New York City. It would You could hear the train noise a bit more than if he was on a than if I was on the like on the actual handset. But that's just because the way the microphones work. So I gave that a pass on that end at that time, and he said those sounded good. Now this is one microphone built into this. I don't know what the heck these up here would be for. I'm probably for the noise canceling, but there is actually just one microphone built into this. Right over here there is a dot, pretty hard to see actually, that is meant just for your microphone. So you have these sitting like this, and your microphone is right being blocked by this area here. Right here is where the microphone is, facing downwards. There isn't one on the other side, so that's it. I'll get into more about processing and chips and all that other stuff when the time gets to that part of the portion, but you only have one microphone, and you have the noise canceling microphone, so it'll crap out on you. And nerd time at this point. They call them hi-fi, but if you take a look at the chip inside this headphones, like here's the whole processing and all this other crap about why things are bad and good. If you take a look at the chip inside these headphones, you will realize that it uses the Qualcomm QCC3003 for sound processing. Qualcomm calls this their entry-level SoC, which is their screen on chip or whatever. It's on the motherboard. The processor, basically, it's like on your computer or phone. You have Intel or AMD, or you have Qualcomm and all this other stuff. This is the processor inside these headphones that make the headphones tick. They make the headphones work. They make the headphones go and give you the sound that you're getting. Different headphones use different chips, but if you're going to use a good processor for it, you're going to use one that's not an entry budget level chip for themselves. Now the problem with this also is the fact that they call this their entry level chip, but it only, and they're calling it hi-fi on the Oneodio site and Amazon and all the other pages for where they sell their stuff. They call it their hi-fi, but it's an entry-level chip that only supports AAC, which is Apple's audio codec, and SBC, which is the default for Android, built into Android. It does not support aptX, aptX HD, LDAC, LPAC, or whatever the heck the other codecs are that you can actually support on your phone. It does not support that. It supports the most budget, lowest chip codecs possible for their processing, so it doesn't even give you the best sound. It doesn't give you their hi-fi sound that they promise you. So you're losing out on that. Now, even worse is this is the processor just above the QCC3002, which is a mono supporting device. So they only went one step up from the mono supporting device, and it doesn't seem like they even tried with this pair. Now, I'm not sure how much it would cost for them to take it from the SCC3003 to the SCC3005 just so you can get the aptX quality codec. I'm assuming it's not much because you have plastic build. The only metal around here is this metal which goes around to the other side just so that the band doesn't break on you when you on any kind. Like these are very, very flexible and stuff. So that's the only time that's the only thing. So it's not like it cost them $1 billion to make. It probably cost them $10 to make or something like that. And what are they charging? $80 or $70 and $60 on sale, but $70 normally, and they can't upgrade to the QCC3005. Now I know this sounds like nerd stuff. If you don't like this, you can skip to the video now, but it is what it is. And the QCC3003 has one mic support. So if you're going to go ahead and make a call, and it's using one microphone, that one microphone that sits right over here during your call, facing straight at your mouth, like this, but that's the only mic you're gonna get. And on your earbuds, your Sony, Samsung, whatever the earbuds, either it's closer to your mouth, like if you have a wired pair and you have the inline mic, so it's closer, or you have two microphones, one on either earbud, which then intercept the sound. Or you have multiple mics on the same earbud, which can help to the sound too, which maybe they can even upgrade to the 3004 just so they can get two microphone support, because the 3004 and the 3005 both support two microphones. So just upgrade to, if you didn't want to give us the aptX and you didn't want to spend the money for that crap, then go ahead and get yourself the 3004 and give us the two microphone stuff. Why? Why can't you even just do that? Like, for how cheap they are to support, to produce, they really could have given us that better chip. I think so. Like, I don't know. I have a love-hate relationship with these. On one hand, the sound is okay for $70. It's decent. It has, at least has noise canceling. Whether or not it's good is up to you. But it has like a faux leather, fake leather cushion, very cushiony of all sorts. Very lightweight, doesn't clamp onto your head like very heavy, so it feels decent there. And it has a great battery life, USB-C charging. Now, as you heard my gripes, the Qualcomm chip inside of this could have been at least one higher to give better audio quality, 100% better audio quality. Like, I'm never using these for calls in my life type of audio quality. They could have given it aptX if they called it hi-fi. They even set extra bass on the Amazon site, which, what extra bass? It sounds like every other pair of ear headphones and earbud with the bass. Like, you can hear the bass, that's it. It doesn't have any extra bass of any kind. Then, there's just so much about this. I personally, I'm sorry to Oneodio, I think you can pronounce it, Oneodio. I cannot recommend these Oneodio A30s to anybody. There are other headphones out there for around the same price, which will give you better audio quality. Now, I'll link some of them down below, along with a link to this if you do want to buy this. But, I'm sorry, these are not on my recommended list. They're just nothing that I would actually buy myself. Now, if you did like this video, please rate, comment, subscribe, give it a thumbs up, and as always, enjoy the rest of your day.